stand by again as this ceremony is just beginning with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu welcoming U.S. President Donald Trump here. The two certainly have had a back and forth relationship. Some say, though, it is better, their relationship, than the relationship that the Prime Minister had with former President Joe Biden. I'd like to welcome in now Sharon Haskell, Israeli Deputy Foreign Minister of Affairs and member of the Knesset. Thank you so much for your time today. First of all, just talk about, as we do wait to see President Trump arrive there at the door of the plane, talk about the significance of today.
Oh, it's huge. I don't think enough people understand what a huge trauma and scar the 7th of October is on the heart of every single Israeli, and how much for the last 2 years we weren't even able to start a recovering process. Seeing the images of the hostages coming now, thanking President Trump for the pressure that he put on Hamas, a terrorist organization, that have brought that peace deal, knowing that in the next few hours, all of them are going to be back home, is a relief for our entire country. And this is the first step for us in starting a whole recovery process from that tragedy that we've encountered on the 7th of October.
And Deputy Minister, we see there President Trump walking down the steps of Air Force One. Talk about some of what we will see play out on this tarmac. Talk about the relationship between these two world leaders, President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu.
Well, they have a very close relationship, and I think that was part of such a success in the last year. I mean, think about it. President Trump brokered a ceasefire deal with Hezbollah, with Iran, with Hamas. If I separate that and you look on how other leadership like Macron or Sturmer have actually acted in trying to put pressure on Israel instead of on the terrorist organization Hamas, and how that failed miserably, even 2 months ago, while those sensitive negotiations were going on, President Trump, he's got a different way to run things. He's not concentrating on the way, but on the result. And he's very aggressive about it. And you see that it brought result in one of the most devastating neighborhoods you can imagine. I mean, look on what's been happening with all the conflicts around us. Look on how Iran has been expanding its operation. Look on how Iran has actually was crippled, whether it's their army with Hezbollah, with the Houthis in Iraq, and directly inside Iran as well, how it was weakened in Syria. These are massive changes in the Middle East, and those effects are going to affect generations that are going to come. There's a huge opportunity now to create real peace and stability in the Middle East, and it is peace that is built on strength and not the weakness of the West, but the strength standing firm by the morals, but by a moral compass, by what's right, by the values of what Western society, democratic societies represent. And I think that we are very fortunate and very lucky to have such a huge friend like President Trump in the White House. The relationship between President Trump and between Prime Minister Netanyahu are extremely close. There's many parallels that we can draw in between them two as well. And I think that what had happened in last year will be remembered in the book of history for generations to come.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.